is quieting down. Seems like we've got to a lot of the smoke. Dub, you got smoke?
So Melyssa Ford gets aired out by her so-called friend S. On today's Joe Budden podcast, Melyssa has some words for Mandi and anyone else who's got an issue with her new podcast. And trust me, she did not hold back at all. She let them have it. But what's wild is that just hours later, it seems karma came knocking at her door. Danny from the Stop hosted a space, and let's just say the science was done, and we got the files. Now, if you've been following along, you might remember S from the Patreon episode 60 Day Rule. She popped in to share her thoughts, and the fellas really took a liking to her. That episode was one for the books, but here's where it gets even more interesting. Fast forward to today, Mel and S were supposed to do the Minipod together. It was all set to be a major move, but as we've learned, things got rocky. No pun intended. And well, here we are. This breakdown in their relationship seems to be the real reason Melyssa switched things up and rebranded the whole project to what we know as Hot and Bothered. So in this clip, we're going to play Melyssa taking aim at her haters on the Joe Budden podcast. She's throwing shots, and you can tell she's feeling some type of way about all the chatter around the new show. Then we'll follow up with S, where she breaks down the real reason behind the falling out and what went wrong in their friendship. And you don't want to miss this, because S doesn't hold back, and it's a perspective we haven't heard yet. But look at the files.
Oh, you talking about the Mandi tweet?
With no,
Let's just get out the way.
no, not even. It's in addition to, but yes, absolutely. Oh, by the way, I brought my checkbook since I occupy so much rent-free space in her head. Does anybody have a pen?
No.
Damn. Or a checkbook. I don't have.
I got mine. So, okay.
Oh, shit. She brought the checkbook.
She ready? I tell you.
Huh? Your mouth is writing a check that your ass can't have.
That was
Started from.
Man, do you can't fuck with Mel?
One monkey don't stop the circus. That's number one. Number two, I am the most resilient, tenacious bitch you will ever fucking know. That's number fucking two. Number three, my pivot game is fucking wild, because over the course of a motherfucking weekend, I had that shit redone,
Fast.
rebranded,
It was fast.
almost like I was ready for it. So there's that. And furthermore, I love the new name because I get to be a little bit more inclusive with my topics and my guests. So now I don't exclude the men, and I don't exclude my younger audience. So now come one, come all on November 1st to Hot and Bothered with Melyssa Ford.
Okay.
Now, before we dive into the next clip of S kind of annihilating Melyssa, let's take a moment to, think about how this all went down. On one hand, Melyssa's out here defending her brand, which she has every right to do. She's a veteran in the game, and after years of being in the spotlight, she kind of knows what she's doing. But yet there's something undeniably intriguing about her decision to take shots on a public platform. Is it empowerment, frustration, or maybe a little bit of both? Whatever the case, is, she's certainly sparking conversation. Now let's dive in to what S has to say, and I think it's going to change a lot of people's perspective, and y'all going to have a lot to say in the comments. Look at the files.
Is that S White? Nah, that's not the. I know this is S White. Who are you, son? Don't be lying.
I'm S White. Somebody told me about this just now, so I was
What?
like, "What is this?" Yeah, I don't go on Twitter.
You sound like her.
Yeah.
But everybody, I guess everybody is wondering what happened.
Wait. No. I gotta take you down, sir. What happened, man? Why you not on Melyssa Ford's podcast?
Well, first of all, it wasn't It wasn't her podcast. It was an idea that I came up with. I shared it with her, with another friend of mine, Tanya, and then I came up with the name. And then, yeah, I mean, it's just, I don't want to say too much because I don't want to trash talk anyone, but it just wasn't a good business decision for me to do business with her.
Okay, that what was can we just I mean we don't have to trash talk her. As someone who's familiar with podcasts and has broken up with someone, I kind of get what you're saying, but I want like concrete details. What do you mean by it wasn't good business? Was it like the splits wasn't there?
Well, do
Was
you
it
see how it said? I mean, we didn't even get to that part. We didn't get to the contract. We didn't get to anything. She just started announcing it. And then basically, when it's like, it was my idea, I came up with the name, I trademarked it, and we've been working on it collectively. Like it was supposed to be a partnership, and then it turned into the Menopod with Melyssa Ford. And I'm just not with that. I don't care about being famous. That wasn't the point of the podcast. It was to share information. The information is not out there. And that was
so?
the whole point of it. But she took it and ran with it. And that was just like, that wasn't cool. So we just decided to go in a different direction.
So your
And
podcast is coming out on its own, or is it
I mean,
like
now we have to pivot. You know what I'm saying? She was trying to rush and do all this stuff. And it's like, you know, I'm not a podcaster. I'm just a regular person. I went to school for nutrition. And I know Mel through a mutual friend. I brought my other friend into it because she's like, she's in fitness and she's been doing it for a long time. So it was supposed to be a collective thing. And then she just took it. I mean, it's obvious she wants her own show. So good luck to her. I wish her all the best. But yeah, it wasn't gonna work out. When
okay?
it A partnership does not mean me, you know?
Was there a conversation? Did she tell you that things aren't working out, or she just ghosted you?
Okay, I'm gonna say this and that's it. We were given a contract. We were not cool with the contract. She said that that was the wrong one. She was gonna give us an updated version, and then we never spoke to her again. She never hit us back. And then, I had to send her an email to let her know that she can't use the name because I trademarked the name, and that was it. Like I never heard from her. Next thing I know, she changed it to Hot and Bothered and was announcing it on the pod.
Okay. Was it on the Joe Budden Network or was it your own thing?
I have no idea. That's the thing. Is like I don't know what she was doing. She was handling certain things. I was handling certain things, and then Tanya was handling certain things. That's why it was a group collective. I mean, it just felt like she was just trying to do some shady shit, and that was it. And it was like we had a discussion. It was a partnership because there was stuff that was happening that I wasn't cool with, and I spoke up on it. And then people just it's like it seems like Mel wants to be famous. I don't care about being famous. So if you're gonna give me a contract, basically trying to take away my rights, trying to take my idea and run with it and make it yours, no, I'm not cool with that. That wasn't what we discussed. And then it's like she wants to go online and put business out there when it's like I'm not like that. I'm a private person, like I just randomly went on the Joe Budden podcast because I was there.
Okay.
But it's not she's not saying anything negative about us, because if she does, then I'll post everything, the conversations, everything,
So
because that's not cool. Like she didn't even have a conversation with us. She didn't talk to us about it. When we started this together a few months ago, it came from an idea that I had, and then we were talking about it, and then we discussed having a partnership and launching it, and then I don't know what happened. She just tried to take it, like in front of my face. And
Did you watch the pod today?
I don't watch the pod.
chill.
Copy.
Uh, so would you say from your experience, who she portrays herself to be and who she is in real life is two totally different
I mean, I
personas?
think I think that that's the case for a lot of people that are in like that position.
Right.
I, I don't I don't I know Melyssa through a mutual friend, and she asked me to help her with styling like in March. Then I went out there in May, and then I was on the pod. Like, I was just there helping. I was trying to dress her that day, and then because Joe left, then Flip was like, "S, come up here." It wasn't like I planned to be on there, and yeah, but I mean, I think a lot of people in those positions, I think a lot of time, yeah, they do portray a certain persona, of somebody that maybe they're not, or maybe they are sometimes. Like, I don't know what it's like to be a celebrity. I don't really care about that shit. It doesn't hold weight with me, like, I was looking at this as an opportunity to share my story, my experience going through menopause at a young age and how it affected my life, and just to share my nutrition, my nutrition education.
Right, right.
That's what it was supposed to be about. It wasn't supposed to be the menopause with Melyssa Ford. And I'm sure, like, she's gonna hear about this, and whatever's gonna happen from that. But, like, I want to be respectful. I want her to respect me and my friend. But if she says anything negative about us, like, there's two sides to every story. Maybe in her mind, she is like, she was delusional. Like, why would you think that I would let you in front of my face take my idea? I said I don't care who gets credit for it, but on paper we're equal. I don't know what she did. I don't know if she got money for it. It seems like she did, but she didn't share that with us. And maybe that's why she wanted to own, like, she literally wanted to own everything. So that was not gonna work. And then when we said, hey, like, can we talk about this? We never heard from her.
So she never told you what the discrepancies on the contracts were.
The contract was the entire thing. It was, she wanted to take the menopod and own it. That's
Mm,
what she wanted to do. But it's a partnership. It wasn't like she was like, "Oh, hey, I got this idea." It was the other way around.
right,
And
right,
then she changed the name to something else, probably because she has to pivot, because somebody probably gave her money, or maybe she has a deal. I don't really know if she's going to be on the Joe Budden network. I have no idea. But it was like, you're trying to be slick, and I'm not stupid. Just because I'm nice and I'm passive when I choose to be, I know how to, like, pick and choose my battles. And if you have strengths in something and experience, then I'll let you handle it. But when you try to come at me sideways and then take advantage of me and my friend, that's not cool. That's fucked up. And then you just avoid, like, she literally said nothing. That's like avoidant communication. That's poor business acumen. And I don't trust you. So why should I do business with you?
Okay.
There's no incentive for me to do business with you if I can't even trust you and you're trying to be slick. I was waiting to see what she was gonna do. And then when she gave me that bullshit ass contract, it's like, yo, are you serious? Like, why would you not want to share? Like, we're all part of a community. Why are we not uplifting people? And why are you going on air talking about shit when we haven't even signed anything?
right,
And then
right,
you go and talk to everybody else about it, but you don't talk to us? Like, what the fuck is that? That's bullshit. So, like, yeah, I mean, I'm sad it didn't work out, because now it's like, okay, now we have to pivot and start all over again on something that we've been working on for months.
right, right. What were some of the major changes on the sec? So she gave you a second contract where things were changed. Was it just like the ownership? Was there?
No, she didn't. She didn't ever respond with the second I mean, it was all bullshit. It was bullshit.
It's all bullshit. Did you ever
It
feel like
was.
she was genuine during the process, or did you feel like did your gut tell you that this was a disingenuous situation, or did you feel like it was really gonna take off with you guys?
My gut felt like there was something that she wasn't sharing,
Hmm.
and maybe she thought that all we cared about was being famous, but we don't. And I care about making money. Hello.
Absolutely, yeah, as you should. And as a nutritionist, you do have something to contribute to the
Yeah, I
company. Yeah,
want people to,
yeah,
because it's important. The conversation is important, and people don't have the knowledge or the guidance. I just want to share information, for just because, like, that's what my purpose is. I went to fucking school for 4 years for something, and I would like to share it with my people. I want to share it with people so they can take it and apply it.
right.
So
That
you
was
never record a single minute episode of the podcast at all? You'll not even get that far.
No, we worked on it,
Okay.
but we can't use it. She can't use it.
Wait. Now that's riveting. So you actually recorded episodes. Did you get? Was there chemistry there? Were there bad vibes? Because that's usually when you start to realize, like, oh, this person is actually gonna work or is not gonna work.
It didn't have anything to do with the dynamic. It just had to do, like, I didn't even care that she was promoting it as hers. I don't
Right.
care. Like, the credit was not important to me, but on paper, we're equal.
Right. You were okay with her taking the lead.
Yeah, that's fine. I don't care.
Right.
That's
But
like like if you want to take the lead and you've done this before, then go right ahead. Because we've never done it before. We're only experts in our field, and we're trying to contribute to this platform that you can bring people to, so that we can spread the word. I didn't. That wasn't important to me. What was important to me was that we were just equal on paper, and that's not what she wanted to do. So we had to go in a different direction, and that's fine. Like, I wish her the best luck. It's crazy to me that people even pay attention to that. We're not even following each other. Like, I was like, someone else had to tell me. I was wondering why I woke up and I had all these fucking followers. And I was like, something happened. I have no idea what happened. I don't know. But I'm in the middle of like moving, and I didn't have time. And then one of my little cousin just sent me this. So I was like, oh, I'll just see if I can go on there and see what they're talking about, just to clear the air. Like, people are wondering, just sometimes shit doesn't work out. And I would have respected her more if she would have just said it just didn't work out.
right.
So now I'm gonna pivot. But then you're gonna, like, I saw the clip on here where it was like how you compared the two different sessions, where she was talking about it one day and then she was talking about the following week. And it's like, are you throwing shade or what? But it's not like you're mad at us for something that you did. Like,
Yeah.
you came
That's
at
true.
us
Mhm.
sideways, and then you're mad because we didn't want to sign some bullshit ass contract. Get the fuck out of here.
I wish I knew what the contract said. Like, because I mean, I had this with Shammy where it was like a 35-30-30 split.
There was
Uh,
no split. There was no split. I just said she wanted to own everything.
So in your eyes, she wanted to own everything, and she would like what
No,
just
not in
easy
my
that
eyes. On the paper.
on
That's what
paper.
that's what
She
the
right
paper said.
on paper she wanted to own everything, and then as far as conversation, as far as pay, what do you think she was thinking? She was going to give you a salary or pay as you go or
There
intern
was
you
no
guys?
pay. It was a dumb fucking contract. There
Wait, what
was
do you
no
mean no
pay.
pay?
There was no incentive. Let's just say that. There's no incentive for me to do anything when there's no money. For what?
So it was
Right.
for
So there
the.
was no conversation about let's say we got ads or sponsorship, and I'll give you this percentage of this ad
Yeah,
or
I don't really know what she got. I know she got something. I know there's something, and that's probably why it ended up being the way it ended up, and why she's pivoting, and why she's producing something else. I don't really know. I just wish her good luck. I'm sorry it didn't work out, and it's not like I'm not a podcaster. That's why I brought her the idea. I was like, oh, I have this idea. And then I came up with the name. And then I even think somebody told me, she said she came up with the name. Like, no, she didn't.
Mm.
Oh, okay.
Let me ask you something. Just from the time that you guys, how long were you guys friends? I know you said you met her through someone else.
I met her years ago. We have a mutual friend. But shit, where's my other phone? I really only started talking to her like last year when I was in New York for my birthday. She.
Okay.
So there was some form of bond or chemistry, or did you? Because it has been said that she's not typically a girl's girl. Did you get that vibe from her before the issues with the business, or it just started
Um,
once business came into play?
I mean, I have my friends that I tell everything about my life to, that I talk to consistently, that know what's going on. Mel, I guess it was just like she was an acquaintance. I knew her through someone else, and we were working, collaborating together. So that was what I guess the common factor was. I think, we had stuff in common. She lost her mom. I lost my mom. We both went through menopause early. So it was like, from my standpoint, she was a cool person. But then it's like business is different, and that's, she's the one that deaded it. I didn't. We were both willing to talk it out, because communication, that's part of it. but she
Right.
didn't want to communicate. She just did what she did. So I guess that says what she's doing. Like, we don't need to talk to her to find out what she's doing. But it's just crazy that she it's just the whole situation is crazy. Like, I'm not used to my life being out in the public, and I
Right.
don't really care what people have to say about me because they don't know me. Like, I'm comfortable with who I am.
Right.
But it's just like, you're not telling the truth. Tell the truth. Who cares? Like, who fucking cares why it didn't work out? Just say, oh, it didn't work out, so now I'm going in a different direction. Like, and then, people have questions. I'm not a celebrity, so I don't feel like I owe anybody anything. But when someone told me about this, okay, let me just speak on it, so then everybody can know, and then they can move on.
Right. I think the general public kind of picked up on the fact that the Menopod launch, the rollout of it, felt a little rushed. It didn't seem like it was organized or structured or even just a well thought out launch. So you're saying that when she first promoted the Menopod, you guys were not aware that she was launching or making it public?
We were aware because we saw it. We didn't have a discussion about anything. There was
If
no discussion.
if Melissa Ford was on stage right now, or if you saw her, what would you say to her? Like, what would be the first discussion?
The first discussion, I
The
just
first.
want to know, like, why did she just avoid the conversation and then just like act like, I mean, it's hurtful in a way where you decide to like build a partnership with someone and then they don't communicate. It's like an avoidant communication style,
You think
you
she
know?
just saw it like it was better off like without you, like without like she probably stood to make more money that way, right?
I can't even speak on what she thought. I don't know. I don't know what she thinks or how she's thinking because I really don't, I can't say. All I
So
know is that it was like she was speaking to other people about it instead of speaking to us.
right.
How do
And
you
so
know
when you
there
say
was
you go
my
ahead,
bad?
Daddy.
How do you know there was other people that she was speaking to? Was it back channels? Was it
No,
what?
because she started talking about it on the podcast, like
Oh,
that. It, like she's speaking to the world, and she didn't like. I have to hear it secondhand from someone else.
So when you said, I know you said you were working on some things and she was working on certain parts of it. When you said you guys worked on it, you actually recorded a few episodes.
Yeah, we did.
yes.
How did you feel about the episodes? Did you feel that it was the chemistry was good? Did you feel that you
Yeah, I
guys were
mean,
informative?
it was fun for me. Like, I wasn't looking at it like as, it's just fun. Like, I'm doing it for fun. I'm doing it to just to share information. I don't have any attachment to it. And now it's like, okay, well, we put all this work in. Maybe we can still work on a podcast.
Who
Maybe,
has that?
we don't
My bad.
need we don't need her. But
How many episodes did you guys record?
I'm not sure. It's like 4 or 5, maybe. I'm not sure.
Who
4 or
has
5.
that content?
We don't have it.
Okay.
So did you guys recorded out of a studio in New York City?
Yeah.
Okay. And
And
so she paid for the studio setup?
I'm sorry.
Did she pay for the studio time?
I can't speak on that. I don't know who did what. That wasn't
Okay,
part of.
but you didn't.
was it in
That was
Soho or Canal Street? Was it like that area?
what, the studio.
Yeah.
I mean, it was a studio that everybody uses apparently. I forgot
WTF
the name of
gear.
it.
Okay.
Yeah, that's it. But I'm driving, like, I'm literally driving across the country. So I just wanted to tap in and say hello to everybody and answer, whatever everybody was wondering. But yeah, I mean, it's unfortunately, this business venture didn't work out. And I wish Melyssa the best. Like, I hope that her podcast is successful. And, you know, that's it.
Yeah. Can I
Okay.
ask you one more question? Are you from New York or New Jersey? Did you move here for the podcast or?
No, I'm from LA. I lived in New York, but I live in
Okay.
LA.
Okay.
How'd you hear about this space? Did you kind of just see it coming, or hello, hello?
Might have lost her.
We
Okay.
lost the
She
guys
did say she was
driving cross
driving.
country. Yeah.
Wow. Well, we did the science, y'all. Rocky, you don't know S, right? I
Nope.
don't.
Woo! That was spicy, y'all. So, as we can see, S and Melyssa aren't really friends, they are acquaintances. And S was Melyssa's stylist. She came to New York to style Mel. So as we know, Mel had an issue on the pod with how she dressed. Joe and all the guys would joke on how she dresses. So S is the person that came in and changed up her swag. Wow, that says a lot. And then S wanted to do a pod with her and things got nasty. You know, there's a lot with this podcast breakup stuff, man. I know, you know, once you go get that equipment from B&H, people start acting funny, man. I already know. I learned myself. But listen, I wonder how this is going to go, and I wonder how this is going to play out on the Joe Budden podcast. And I wonder how Melyssa Ford's energy is going to be when she's shooting her own pod now. I think things are going to get a little weird, but we'll be back with the files.
My guy Dub too. That's my man though.
Gang gang.
That's my man, Big Dub.